Well, it is. It's time to find out as we gear up into Belshire Vestige. That last loading block can always seem to take forever, but here we are. And spawning in the bottom position of Belshire Vestige is the blue Protoss player, who's currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 in the winners match for Group A of the Dailymotion Cup. It is Incredible Miracles Squirtle. And Squirtle really hasn't had a great year. Looking back at his results, honestly, I mean, you go from being a GSL finalist. I don't think anybody will ever forget Squirtle versus MVP. And he's, he hasn't had any big breakouts. I think if you guys want to follow him a little bit more, his Twitter is at LGIM Squirtle, even though I know LG doesn't sponsor them anymore. But yeah, check him out. I believe he'll be playing in Pro League for Incredible Miracle. Those teams have signed with Kespa. And if you want to check out more of Czech, I believe his Twitter is at Western. It's just at WWCzech. And yeah, so definitely give these guys a holler. Squirtle's a great player. I think it's like most of the Korean commentators kind of tout him as the build order guy. I think it's like a number one thing you'll hear when you watch him play over really in any WCS Korea related events. But here's that gateway opening again, and Squirtle, he has this very methodical way of playing, and I think it all starts with this gateway. This gateway says a lot about the way that Squirtle likes to play. When he puts it at the wall, so he's basically saying he doesn't want to die to anything really early. Squirtle wants to survive and drag the game out just long enough to the point where he can win with decision making and good build orders. And while many other Protoss players will put the gateway in their main base, Squirtle does this little touch because he wants to make sure that the only thing he probably has trouble with, which might be speedling attacks and such on ladder, is taken care of. He has the gas up behind this now. We have hatchery into gas into spawning pool for Czech, so relatively standard opening for him, especially considering he should anticipate the gateway expand by now, as this Overlord sees, hey, there's no wall once again. Cybernetics core is on the way, by the way, and I think it's both of these players have gotten a good feel for each other. I think this would be a great map for Squirtle to mix it up, but I don't necessarily think that there's any reason that he has to. Playing your standard game on Belshire Vestige is, generally speaking, a good strategy because this is a map that everybody's familiar with. This map has been in the pool longer than any other, which feels really weird to say, since Whirlwind was just taken out, which was almost old enough to be put in like some sort of ancient textbook. But the Mothership Core is on the way out now for Squirtle, so he'll be able to use that to defend his natural, which is under construction. And I like that these Zerglings are so late for Czech. He's like, well, it's not the biggest deal ever to get these out. Zergling speed is coming in as well. He could try to do some type of speedling timing and hit that natural expansion. Some Zerg players still do that, but it'd be very difficult to actually break Squirtle because, like I said, he has this setup. He can block his main entrance very easily, and I think the Overlord even saw this wall. Yeah, so he knows that it's not going to be easy to break Squirtle anytime soon. That being said, here's the Stargate. So Squirtle, he's mixing it up. Are we going to see an Oracle? Are we going to see a Phoenix? There's really so many There's so many options. We saw, I think it was Polar Knight versus Scarlet, the Oracle play, which was just absurd. The Oracle just never died. That Oracle just somehow did not die, ever. I mean, of course, until it died. But the extra 2 gateways are now being added on. Mothership Core trying to chase these Lings away. It's got 1 kill. It's drawn blood. And this probe is hidden by the 3rd base. Oh, is he going to see it? He doesn't know about the probe. This could end up biting him in the butt later if he gets a proxy pylon in there with these gateways. If he does this Oracle Warp Gate attack that he did against Scarlet, this could be devastating. And oh, this Zergling. Oh, the rally. Perfect rally timing from Czech. He will spot this, so he knows now, seeing that pylon start up. Warp Gate is being chrono boosted out, but will it be in time? The Zerglings are being brought home. They're basically ringing the dinner bell at this pylon in the 3rd base. The Oracle is out. So here comes the Magic Disco Ball, trying to see if he can make anything happen with that. Is he going to build another Oracle? What will he do next? This pylon, not long for this world. So the aggressive capabilities have been effectively neutered, as obviously, I mean, if you guys tuned into the Scarlet game, Scarlet was not able to catch that pylon, but it wasn't quite so close. Anyway, Forge is coming in. A couple Zealots being warped in at home. And Oracles doing what Oracles do best. Killing lots of drones really fast, man. These things are so fast. He's basically cruising in his Ferrari with like a rocket launcher. Like 10 kills. 10 kills again. He got 10 kills versus Scarlet too. Like this is a Ferrari with like a bazooka on it. It's crazy. But +1 attack is coming in as well. There's some Lings here. Check could try to run in, but Squirtle's, he's content to just chill there. And the more drones that Check loses, obviously the more you feel inclined to replace those drones. And the only reason I mention this is because if he gets caught without enough Lings to defend against this Zealot attack, he could be in a lot of trouble. In fact, there's actually not really many Zerglings on the map at all. He doesn't have a pylon with this, so you can't reinforce and do a super attack. But he is in a pretty weird spot for the most part. And here comes the Oracle with the Zealots and this Mothership Core. The Zerglings don't want to pull the Zealots away, but here comes the Oracle. Ooh, the Oracle could actually kill the Zerglings really quickly as well. Now the Zealots just get on top of everything. Mothership Core moves in as well. The Spore Crawler will be targeted down. That has fallen. Now he's got free reign on this base. Oracle activates its Pulsar Beam, gets a little bit of extra damage on the hatchery. He's doing what he can. The Oracle taking a lot of heat. Mothership Core is taking a ton of damage. There's the recall, and he will retreat back home. Keeps everything alive, including that damn Oracle, because it would be wrong to kill one. Third base is on the way for Squirtle. Check, in the meantime, has his Hydralisk Den coming in as well. Twilight Council, +1 attack strapping up soon. That means we could see a very fast +2 attack. We could see him transition straight into something like Blink. The high Zergling count, though, does make this a bit difficult to handle. He's trying to use the Force Field. Very nice Force Field from Squirtle, actually. He almost cut off over probably 70% of the attack area that he would have had accessible to him from that position, but Twilight Council has finished up, adding on some gateways at the third base, and that third nexus is just about complete. Oracle can come in here. He gets a little bit of scouting information. Doesn't see the Hydralisk Den just yet, but there's Blink and +2. So Squirtle's basically just setting himself up for a solid mid-game. And with this third nexus being so early, I really like the position that Squirtle's in economically. This is another one of those examples of him just being patient, surviving, and just in general just being very tenacious and difficult to kill. The Hydras are coming out, the missile attacks, the grooved spines, but the robotics facility is on the way, and I think Squirtle is going to make that transition eventually into Colossi. This could end up looking a lot like the last game, to be honest, just with the setup that's on there, the last game that we had on Yansu. But steps back. This Oracle is still chilling. He's got 11 kills so far, but if the Oracle gets scouting information, that's where it gets its increased value. Oracles are really great for the return on investment that they can give if you can control them properly. But Infestation Pit's on the way, so Check is actually looking to go for the Hive. He's not going to try to kill him with just Roach, Hydra, Ling. In fact, this is actually just a Ling Hydra setup. There's no Roach Warren even on the field, so this is kind of looking back to that Scarlet-esque style, of course, what Scarlet tried on Polar Knight. Not necessarily the Belshire game, but oh, look at that! Use of Revelation. He's just like, yeah, Envision, I think. And you can just see everything. The Hydras are revealed. He knows. It's great. You can keep track of the army. He's basically saying, yeah, Check, try to move your army around, and I can catch you out of position. I can abuse you. And he actually, if he just walks up, he might be able to just drop some force fields behind all of this and kill him. But instead, he's going to opt for the 4th hatchery. Not a bad choice. He has force fields and a recall, so he can just kill this hatchery and bail. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Check. It's like, okay, let's bring everything forward here. But he knows. He knows exactly where the Zerg army is. He can say, oh, are you going to come at me? Well, I can just recall. But until he sees him moving at him, there's nothing he can do. He just has to sit there and just kind of take it. And that's one of the great uses Squirtle's using this Oracle for, to grant the vision. Now, Check does have the Pathogen Glance coming in, so he has the potential to get Infestors out. The Spire as well. Colossi are on the way, but haven't actually become a part of this game yet. Double Hallucinated Phoenix Scout. Gonna check the third base. Yeah, 4 Infestors. So this game's actually getting interesting. Yeah, he added on a Roach Warren, and he's getting Roach speed. So I'm wondering where Squirtle, where Check wants to go with this. Mostly because It seems very indecisive. He's kind of like he stuck his hand in the hat and just kind of grabbed a bunch of random things. Like, okay, let's go hydroling into infestors, into roaches, and into a spire that he's not using. I'm surprised a hive hasn't started yet with how fast the infestation pit is, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. He just wants to have a really well-rounded unit composition. Perhaps he's anticipating that it would just be a pure gateway assault rather than him actually adding in any colossi since they have come in so late. Yeah, now he's just starting to put out drones. He's got a huge army, but the supply is even actually. So that's definitely going to favor the Protoss player in a situation like this. It's going to come down to a really nice engagement for Czech if he wants to take this. The infestors can lock units in position, which is really nice, but this Overseer got love tapped in the main base, chopping a changeling, and Squirtle's just being very patient. He's not taking any risks. He's stepping out into the field now, but he has a pylon on the left side. If any units move there, he will be able to see them. And he's going to split off a single Zergling to check the front. And, oh goodness, he's going to attack. Is Czech just going to try to force Squirtle a recall, it seems? A couple roaches getting caught in the center of the map, and that's what it's going to be. Czech's just going to try to force maybe a recall. Oh, the Zealot doesn't block. A bunch of Zerglings will be able to stream into the main base. This could be disastrous. A couple Zealots do get warped in. The probes in the natural mineral line are getting wrecked, and well, the natural expansion under fire stalkers split off into the main, splinter off into the third base. The Spire is here. Is he going to try to do some sort of crazy Mutalisk shenanigans? I don't think he has the time. The natural expansion being completely ravaged. He's managed to hold on to the main base, but the third getting bombed by the infested Terrans at the same time. The Hydra's just going to town. Third base dead. Natural expansion dead. Main base, not long for this world. And what does Czech have? He's got nothing. Squirtle's just blowing him apart. The only thing that Czech has versus Squirtle right now is this position with this Colossus. As long as Squirtle can hold on here, he can kind of win this space trade. Does he have the recall? Yes, there's the army now, and Squirtle's just gonna. I mean, Czech tried to huff puff and blow the door down on our Korean Protoss player, but he is not having any of it today, and he's just gonna move in. Force field the Hydra's probably. He could probably donut him on the ramp now and just crush him, because he's still got just Protoss all over the map, and that's it. There's nothing left here for Czech. He's getting shoved back. The Colossi stepping out. The Roaches valiantly fighting, but getting turned into bacon bits as the infestors get picked off as well, and he is just churning through all of this. The last few probes of this third base might die. He's going to try to rebuild the natural expansion nexus, and he's just going to chase down absolutely everything. There's nothing left for Czech. Just a handful of Hydralisks. He's got one base mining, but he doesn't have any tech buildings. He actually can't produce any units with all the stuff that he has. It's like the scene from The Matrix. Like, what good is 1,000 to 700 minerals if you don't have any production to use them? The only thing that's funny is that he's actually managed to get out a few Mutalisks, and I feel like Squirtle should just keep some units at home. He's hunting everything else down. He isn't at the Mothership Core anymore, does he? He does. Where is it? Okay, I'm expecting a recall. The only way that Czech can win this game is if Squirtle somehow throws hard enough to let him kill all his buildings. He has a pylon on the left side and a pylon on the north side. But I don't see any reason why he should kill everything. Yeah, he's done. GG. And, well, yeah, he actually killed all the buildings. Yeah, it wasn't even a,